So welcome to the new generation Dufry store at Melbourne Airport, formally opened today here at the Victorian Capital's Gateway. I'm Marky Moodie for the Moodie Davitt Report, and I'm taking you through a whistle-stop tour of this vast and impressive raising of the bar for the world's leading travel retailer. Lots of talking points as I quickly take you through the store. I've just come through central security, and to my left you'll see a very large, expansive Melbourne and Australian destination merchandise area, done very well, very spacious here. You'll see in the far distance there some digital signage. More of that in a moment, in fact much more of that in a moment. I'll give you some idea of the flow of the store. It's quite different from the former Nuance store that was here. Over to my right, as I've come through from security, you'll see a watches, sunglasses and travel accessories and consumer technology area. There's some travellers just walking through now as we speak. Head to my right, familiar sight of Swarovski, always looking good in travel retail. But let's go over to one of the first talking points, and that's the emphasis on health and well-being products. Certainly a major growth area in travel retail, just about worldwide, I would say. That reflects a couple of things. One is the, of course, emergence of the Chinese traveller as the phenomenon, in fact far more than a phenomenon, the growth engine of 21st century travel retail. And health and well-being products, very, very important to the Chinese, and important to the world in general, I suppose. And through here in the destination merchandise area, you'll see a lot of fashion and apparel products, a lot of emphasis on wool products from Australia. I can see in the far distance, for example, some lamb wool quilts, very popular with Chinese travellers. Who would have thought that you would have sold those in an airport environment in the past? Well, as this is the Moodie Davitt Report, I guess we better touch on this bovine beast. We'll just get a little bit of a close-up here. There you are. Just a good stopping and talking point in the store. Just to my left, Manuka honey products. They'll be from Australia or New Zealand, the home of Manuka honey. Milk powder in front of me, again very big item for Chinese travellers. So, as time is short, we'll continue to walk through Australian opals from Toscau, long time successful name in travel retail from Australia. And talking about Australiana, we can't ignore, of course, this most iconic brand. It really is iconic, Tim Tam, Australia's favourite chocolate biscuit, and that is probably an understatement. In the background you can see a combination of Australian products over in the far distance and international brands, familiar household favourites, Cadbury, Toblerone, Ferrero, Lindt, Godiva in the distance. Alright, so let's go back into the main walkway. So just to remind you, that's where we've come from, and that's where we're going to. There's a high-profile promotion happening for Moet Chandon Champagne, which kicks off the wine and champagne area, led by the champagne offer. this whole department has significantly changed since I was here 3, maybe 4 years ago. Much for the better, I would say. Personalization, one of the key words at the Trinity Forum in Bangkok the other week. Well, here you see personalization coming alive via a Tiffany Art of Gifting promotion. There's the new Tiffany fragrance, and this young man in front of me is personally engraving bottles today. There's a FID screen right in the middle of the store, always reassuring to see those in a big airport with long walks to gate as you have at Melbourne. It's important to reassure passengers of where they're going and how long they have to get there. Now let's just step back a little here and look at this beautiful promotion for Tiffany & Co.'s fragrance. Again, digital screen up there, but isn't that a showstopper? Off to the right, we have the beauty area, and it's expansive. Nice high ceilings, nice contrast of colors. Really well lit on the ceiling. That dramatic black offset by the spotlights down onto a white tiled floor. There's another talking point, that's Dufry's membership base, red. Download the app now, it says, and of course many passengers walk through this terminal and all other terminals effectively looking down or looking at their screen, so that's quite good placement. There's Mac, always dazzles, doesn't it, in the travel retail environment, and Melbourne is no exception. Now, if we look ahead, I'll close in on arguably the talking point of this store, and that's this giant digital wraparound, for want of a better word. I've only seen this on this kind of scale in one other location in travel retail, and that's at Shinsegae Duty Free in downtown Seoul. But I'm panning around a very big shop, and you'll see the digital up there, which is changing constantly its message. Currently it's showing Hennessy XXO, as you can see, and now transitioned into Chivas, but it's very striking, and it holds the whole store together, I think, in a really splendid manner, and a really quite a dramatic manner. So digitalization coupled with humanization, prevalent theme at this year's Trinity Forum in Bangkok, and certainly coming to life here in what Julian Diaz, the CEO of Dufry, moments ago at the ribbon cutting, described as a step up for the travel retail giant, a store that's bringing together all the components that Dufry sees as being fundamental to travel retail 21st century style. So, over to my left, very deep liquor area. Tobacco, by the way, was much earlier on, and if I missed it, it's because it's pretty well hidden. Australian anti-tobacco regulations are about as draconian as they get, and effectively there is no tobacco display, but there's certainly a tobacco offer, but it's well hidden, as in all Australian airports. So, over to my right, you'll see a local favourite there, Jalique, Australian well-being cosmetics brand, does very well in travel retail, nicely displayed here. And while Chanel, as always, holding centre stage and holding it in some style. Just to its left there in the distance, you see Dior, another of the powerhouse beauty brands. I'm going to swing to my left now and show you some beautiful digital imagery from Bombay Sapphire. And in the far distance, in fact, with the digital wraparound, Bombay Sapphire is currently showing as well. So Bombay Sapphire, the Bacardi brand, really pushed the boat out here for the formal opening day. Just to my left, see the signage from a few moments earlier where the ribbon cutting took place. This young lady in front of me has been rather busy today, handing out glasses of champagne from her rather interesting bodies to VIPs and to regular travellers, becoming quite a photo shoot opportunity. And just look at the drama that you are seeing with the digital work. It is on a grand scale. It really does work. Looks spectacular, and as I say, holds the whole retail offer together. I'll get out of this madding crowd now. This young lady is attracting much attention from travellers all around me, and so she should be. All right, let's just drift through the beauty department. Show you some of the back walls. Big beauty brands drawing the traveller deep into the store. There you see them in the distance. Clinique, Clarins, Armani, Lancome, Kiehl's, Joe Malone there, Yves Saint Laurent. All right, so let's take you through out of this area. You'll see the changing texture of the floors. We'll walk past our young friend. And there you'll see how the footprint continues and in fact leads you out of the first part of the store and into what will become, when it's completed, a fantastic new luxury zone, almost a luxury boulevard, I suppose you would call it. So we're going to close out quickly just by popping inside the wine and spirits department, brightly merchandised, nice space between the gondolas, plenty of room to wander in and discover, and there is certainly lots to discover, great ranging. Off to my right here, famous name in Australian spirits, Bundaberg rum, Bundy as it's affectionately known in Australia. Again, let's just take you up to that ceiling, see that digital execution at work. Isn't it powerful? This is a very far cry from the old Melbourne store. I was just speaking to Andrew Gardner, the commercial director here at Melbourne. He's very impressed. He says that already within weeks of the soft opening, the average spends are climbing, penetration is climbing, driving that average spend. Footfall, of course, by definition is maximized by the walk-through formula, but it's what those travelers do. Do they stop and shop, and how much do they shop? And this store is certainly driving up the indicators, Andrew told me. This is just fantastic digital execution, a giant screen right behind a promotional area there. Poor Shivers. Up to the left again, you see that digital wrap Bombay Sapphire. Have a look at this. I'm tempted to jump on that Martel bike myself. Perhaps pop that young lady with all the champagne glasses in the sidecar and roar off around the store. Isn't that just fantastic? So lots of talking points here. We'll lead you out of the store now. I'll just show you how it swings around to the new luxury boulevard. That'll open in a few weeks, probably around December time, in time for Christmas. I'm sure the Moodie Davitt Report will be back to have a look at that. Certainly Melbourne Airport and Dufry have done a fantastic job here. It is a tale indeed of transformation and a tale of new generation. We're right on the edge of the store now, the exit effectively. There's Benefit, always brings a sense of fun and vibrancy to travel retail. And right above it, have a look at this great digital execution. So that's a nice place, I think, to sign off. You can see travelers coming through the walkthrough and heading out down there and around. Some of the boutiques, such as Michael Kors, Max Mara and Burberry, open. Tiffany will be arriving, and no doubt arriving in some style in the weeks ahead. But for now, this is Martin Moodie signing off from Dufry's New Generation store at Melbourne Airport in Victoria, Australia.